The movie starts off with a robbery chase scene. The robbers are being chased by Miwako Sato and Wataru Takagi. They eventually meet and drive straight into each other, but the robbers are the first to flinch. They flip over and crash. As Takagi and Sato attend to them, the male says Koumi Island and Jolly Rouge and then passes out. The scene changes to show Mori Kagoro talking to the hotel receptionist on Kumijima. Behind him are the detective boys, Dr. Agasa, Ran and Sonoko. Kagoro brags how he won 300,000 yen by finishing a crossword puzzle, which Conan actually solved. The receptionist tells them their reservation was not found. At that moment the department head of the tourism agency, Iwanaga Juji, appears and confirms their reservation but saying it is not at the hotel. Afterwards, 3 muscular men walk past them and Conan proclaims their treasure hunters. Ayumi, Mitsuhiko, and Genta are excited there is a hidden treasure on the island. They are driven to an inn owned by Mima Kazuo. Iwanaga helps them plan their activities. The detective boys are going on a treasure hunt, Ran and Sonoko are going diving, and Kagoro is going drinking. Ran and Sonoko go to the diving shop owned by Mabuchi Chika to rent diving equipment. Yamakuchi Kimiko, the diving instructor, will come with them on their dive. Meanwhile, the detective boys are taught about the legend of the pirate duo, and Bonny and Mary Read and the treasure they buried on this island. Iwanaga then gives the detective boys treasure maps with 5 spots for stamps. The stamps are 2 numbers, either red or blue. They must find the locations via clues in treasure boxes beside the table for stamps. They get their first stamp in the museum. Their first clue is even if the setting sun is almost at its end, a pirate still shines. Iwanaga lets them rent bicycles and they start the search. Back to Ran, Sonoko, and Kimiko, they are diving when they see a shark. They hide in the corner and find sharks surrounding the 3 treasure hunters, one soaked in blood and bleeding badly. The 2 men defend the wounded person, one by using his oxygen mask to blow oxygen at the sharks, and one by using his swimming motor to push them away. The 3 ladies bring the boat and the men climb onto the boat with their injured friend. Back with the detective boys, they found the second stamp in a cave with bioluminescent plankton. The second clue is the thin pirate would laugh. AI tells Conan that she saw the boat that Ran used for diving and that someone was bleeding. Conan worried about it, so he follows the boat to the infirmary. At the infirmary, Conan finds Ran is safe. The 2 men are praying for their partner's recovery, but he is pronounced dead. Conan, finding it suspicious that professional treasure hunts were attacked by sharks, examines the dead partner's clothing. In his diving suit was a plastic bag with fish blood. He explains the deeper you go in water, the higher the pressure increases, and that the bag exploded attracting the sharks. Just then Mori Kagoro comes through the window drunk. AI sets up the evidence so it can be noticed by Kagoro. Kagoro proclaims to the people in the infirmary a murder has taken place. Conan goes to the diving shop to investigate since the diving suits are stored there. He learns that the shop does not fear thieves, so it is never locked, making anyone the culprit. Back at the lodging, Conan discusses this with Dr. Agasa. The detective boys call Conan asking him for help and telling him they are at the hanging bridge. AI decides to stay behind. Ayumi and Mitsuhiko cross the bridge while Genta follows slowly behind. A sign tells them that anyone that weighs more than 40 kilograms cannot cross the bridge. Ayumi and Mitsuhiko figure out the clue, the thin pirate would laugh, while the fat one would cry. Ayumi and Mitsuhiko find the 3rd stamp, and find the second clue, pirates don't cry. Conan comes and proclaims that sign is just a hint and is not the actual bridge limit and crosses. They all return to the lodge for dinner. Back at the hotel, Inspector Magyar, Takagi, and Sato arrive by helicopter to interrogate the 2 treasure hunters. The treasure hunters' names are revealed to be Izu Yamamtaro and Matsumoto Mitsushi. After refusal to cooperate, Takagi tricks one of the members into giving his fingerprints by giving them a match for their cigarettes. After dinner, they all go down to the beach where they find the next clue. At that time, Conan notices one of the suspects making a deal with the diving shop owner. Conan tells them he needs to go somewhere and runs to the shop. When Conan arrives at the back of the shop, he makes it in time to see the suspect drive away in a van. The owner of the shop then catches him, and Conan asks her, "I got lost. Where is Koumi in?" And so he runs off. While waiting for the fingerprint results to come back, an alarm goes off indicating there has been a break-in at the tourism division, so the police have to go there. While running to the inn, Conan sees the two suspects slide down a hill with bags on their backs, coming from the tourism division. While watching them, he hears a sniper shot and one of the suspects gets hit in the leg. Conan looks to see a sniper above the hill, where he takes another shot at the other one. Unfortunately, the shooters manage to escape. Conan goes to check out the spot where he saw the bullets come from and sees 2 empty shells, and that the grass had been flattened. He also noticed a deep groove into the grass leading away from the spot. While drinking at a bar, Mori notices Iwagana on a bike riding towards the tourism division. Mori gets on the bike and Iwagana holds on to him. When they get there, they notice Anne's pistol and Mary's cutlass, and at that time, the fingerprints come in and it seems they are international wanted fugitives. The next day, Conan compares the tire tracks to the bikes. He discovers GPS trackers a small number of bikes. After eating breakfast, the detective boys continue the treasure hunt, while Conan continues his investigation. While wandering, he overhears the investigation team, and hears that a storm is coming. He learns that the rifle that fired the bullets must be quite old and that Mima was the only one to own a rifle that old. Back to the detective boys, they find the final stamp and the last clue. The numbers are the hints. The detective boys figure they should ask Mima. Conan asks Mima on where the treasure is since he is a treasure hunter. Ran and Sonoko visit Kimiko and they talk. The officer comes and asks for Mabuchi to come to the investigation room. Mima takes the kids and show them the original map made by Anne 300 years ago. It is exactly like the map Iwagana gave the kids. They figure out the red and blue color on the numbers are for the first or surname. The numbers are actually letters from the English alphabet. It spells out Jolly Rouge, the flag of a pirate. The skull on the pirate flag on the 300-year-old map reveals the letters Dos Dioses, which in Spanish means 2 goddesses. It means the entrance to where the treasure is between 2 goddesses. While trying to figure out the relationship between the numbers and the map, Ran and Sonoko are attacked by the treasure hunters. Ran manages to disarm one, but the other gets a hold of Sonoko and uses her as a hostage. The diving instructor comes to tell Mori that Ran has been kidnapped, but Mori is not there. The kids run off to get Mori, and Conan tells Mima if he can take him to the ruins. Right before going, Professor Agasa gives Conan 2 mini air tanks that last for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, the treasure hunters bring Ran and Sonoko to the ruins. They cut Sonoko's arm as a way to distract the sharks and make them share 1 air tank. They all swim towards the secret cave entrance, and they push Ran and Sonoko to the sharks. They manage to escape and go into the cave. The treasure hunters use them to go through the cave's traps until they get to the door with a cutout of a cutlass and a pistol. They put it in and the door opens. Meanwhile, Conan arrives on the island and goes through a small passage only a child could go through. Once in, the treasure hunters get furious as they cannot find any treasure as there is only a ship, with a galley, in there. Conan sneaks up on them and knocks them out using his power-enhancing kick shoes and anywhere ball dispensing belt. Conan tells Iwagana to come out of hiding and knew that Conan was being followed. Conan revealed that Iwagana set up the puzzle and got them to come to Kumijima, copied the treasure map, and shot the treasure hunters so he could get the treasure himself. After realizing there is no treasure, Iwagana gives up. Suddenly, an earthquake strikes and water starts to fill up the cave. The cave also releases methane clathrate. Conan tells everyone to go into the cabin while he kicks a chain into the ceiling to start a spark that will cause an explosion to blow open the ceiling. Conan gives Ran and Sonoko his oxygen masks and tells them to set the oxygen tanks on the criminals too. Ran asks him if he will be okay and Conan lies that he has a mask. Conan starts the explosion and jumps into the cabin just in time. The boat floods with water and Conan is saved by Ran sharing her mask. The boat bursts out onto the ocean and finds the investigation cruise ship instantly. The boat they are on start to break and they jump into the ocean and climb onto the investigation boat. Mima says that the treasure was the boat and reveals more about Anne and Mary. Mary was caught and placed in prison, so Anne set up the boat for one day when Mary would escape and they would sail the seas. He says that Mary died due to an illness in prison and that Anne waited till she died of old age. At the post-credit, Conan asks how Ran knew he did not have a mask. She tells him that like Shinichi, they give the same face when they are lying and has a flashback to when Shinichi gives her an umbrella while he walks home in the rain. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Remember to like, share and subscribe to support our channel, and don't forget to press the notification bell button to not miss upcoming interesting videos. See you later.